go.
Morning, everybody.
Hey, Chuck, good morning.
How are you guys doing over there this morning?
Yeah, we're doing great, buddy. Good to see you. Good to get online with you.
Yeah,
I think let's give it a minute or so in case there's a few more users going to join us.
absolutely, we can do that.
Yeah, so we've got quite a few already. That's great. So yeah, if you're joining us now, we're live out of USA. I'm Patrick Naude. I am the DTF toner expert with Crio printers. I've had the pleasure of working with all the white toner manufacturers and the papers that come along from various vendors. And I'm pleased today to be working with TheMagicTouch USA, Chuck Hill, who I would just call him the guru on these papers. He can introduce himself afterwards. Yeah, Chuck, it's just great, going to be great hanging out with you and hearing more about what the MagicTouch papers can do to help our Crio and white toner users generate profits and be able to maximize those profits with your products.
Absolutely. Thanks, Patrick. I appreciate it. So I did want to welcome everybody here to the webinar this morning, and thank you for taking the time out of your morning to join us. I want to talk today a little bit about Crio white toner printers and just kind of some of the things that the white toner printer can do beyond t-shirts and beyond garment decorating, because it's capable of so many other things. Now, this morning we are going to touch a little bit on the garment papers because they're great. I don't say that just because the MagicTouch manufactures them. Our papers are one of the leading papers in the garment decorating industry, and I'm very proud to be a part of the MagicTouch and working with them and helping our customers out. As we kind of go through our webinar this morning, Patrick is going to be able to answer some questions for you. So just if you have any questions, drop them down in the comment, and then Patrick, feel free to interrupt me if you see something that needs to be addressed. I'm happy to answer those questions live for you guys. So just to get started, the MagicTouch has been around for a very long time. And, we know just kind of what we're doing when it comes to the garment decorating world. We develop and manufacture our own papers, which means that we have control over the quality of them, what they do, and what the expectation is. We have over 13 to 14 different papers on hand that we carry. So your white toner printer can actually meet any and all of your decorating needs. The nice thing about it is that the white toner printer is geared and made for short to medium run solutions. So if you're running 10, 15 shirts or something like that, this printer is great for you. Even if it's about 50 or 60 shirts, it's really a great option. But sometimes you're going to have customers that are going to want more than just garments, right? They're going to want cups, they're going to want mugs, plaques, awards, things along those lines, stickers, tattoos. Your white toner printer is capable of so much more. And the versatility of it is really kind of unmatched. Again, I'm happy to partner with Crio this morning. We do carry the Crio printers at the MagicTouch. We're also going to be using the Crio One Press. And I'm just going to take about 30 seconds or so to tell you that I really enjoy working with this press. It has a digital layout. It's got 4 preset options here as well. Flat, swing away, which is actually what we kind of recommend for your white toner printer. Again,
Hey, can I jump in there also? I love what you said about that, the swing away. You ain't going to burn your arm or anything like that. So I do enjoy that. And from a technical aspect, when the guys at Crio or the MagicTouch are trying to educate a user, let's say in Europe or wherever, even the other side, east to west coast, we've dialed the press in on the different media that you've printed on. So it'll be easier for the guys to be like, okay, on wow paper, you should be at this pressure, that time. We can dial it. It's not a cheap Chinese product. Thank you, Chuck.
Right. And, I would be remiss if I didn't mention also that we carry the Insta 256. It's an Insta press, which is also a great press as well. As far as price-wise, they're both going to run you very close to the same. But today we are using the Crio One Press to get started. And then also, we're going to be using our mud press here for decorating with some CPM paper. So we're going to start off with that this morning. Every once in a while, you're going to see me tap my phone. I'm just switching cameras for you. But remember, if you have any questions, please drop them down in the link below or in the comments.
Yes, so we're doing CPM paper for hard surfaces.
Yeah, so we'll want to do CPM first. Now, CPM is our hard surface paper. CPM, ceramics, plastics, metals. You can also decorate glass, things along those lines. So to get started, you're going to want to print your CPM sheet out. When you do, the nice thing is the software that we use will let you gain sheets up. So your Crio printer is going to come with the digital factory software. But the nice thing about that is that we also have another software that works great with your Crio printer called the TheMagicTouch software. So depending on your skill level, we actually have a software that can meet your need. It can help you get up printing and pressing right away. And the TheMagicTouch does offer full training on both sets of software. So the first thing we're going to do is CPM. We're going to take, I've got a mug here, do a little glass. Now here's the great thing about CPM paper. You do not need to get a sublimation product. Okay, you can go, matter of fact, I picked these up at the Dollar General store, right? Just a little cup. You don't need to buy any type of specialized product. So like when you're doing sublimation, you know, pretty much do poly-coated products. Not so with the CPM paper. So to get started, a couple tools you're going to need. You're going to want to have your CPM printout. You're just going to kind of put it on your top here. Then you're going to want to take this so it doesn't move.
I'm guessing that is a heat-resistant tape.
It is heat-resistant tape.
Gotcha.
So something else you're going to want your wow pad. Now this is a wow pad that I cut down. Most of your wow pads, when you get them, you should receive it with your printer at no charge from the TheMagicTouch because it comes as part of your bundle. But I've got my wow pad and I've cut it down just a little bit to fit around my mug. So I take this, I'm going to put it around my mug, just like so. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to my press. Now, on my press, what I've got here, this is set to 300 degrees, kind of a firm to heavy pressure, and we're going to do it for 1 minute. So, I've already tested the pressure, so I'm going to take my cup, slide it in here. I'm going to make sure that it's all the way in there. Then I'm going to close my press, and I'm going to start my timer.
Simple. That's real easy.
Yeah. So CPM is actually a great paper. It's pretty versatile. I've seen people decorate everything from cups and mugs to, like I said earlier, license plates. You can actually do picture frames, like the little glass part. If you want to personalize your picture frames, works great on glass and acrylic as well.
Hey, Chuck. So if for the users out there who joined us or are going to watch this webinar later, sure. I'm guessing all these products are on your webpage.
And absolutely, 100%. You go to magictouchusa.com, and then you'll see up at the top, it'll have the heat transfer papers, and you'll see everything that we have.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you for that.
If you have an issue finding something, just give us a call, and we'll get you taken care of as well. All right. So my timer is going to be down here in just a second. And what I'm going to do is I want to open up my press here. Open my press. And what I want to do is, this is going to be hot. So I'm just going to carefully remove it. And I'm going to hold it by the wow pad. If you have a mug, you can always just hold it by the handle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this cool off. I'm just going to set it to the side here. And we're going to come back and give this a love here in just a little bit. All right. Are there any questions that you guys may have about the CPM? If there are, just let us know, and we're happy to go ahead and answer those for you. Again, Patrick can answer them, or he can just direct the questions to me, and I'm happy to answer them for you as well. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to look at some of our garment papers right now. We have one that's very versatile for our light fabrics, such as light grays, pinks, pastels, things along those lines, and it's called T1. It's a great paper because it's bright, it's colorful, and it's a print, press, and out the door kind of situation. You don't have to, there's no marrying step or anything like that. So when we do our T1, again, I'm just going to use a light gray shirt right here. I have my Crio press set to 130 seconds, or I'm sorry, 130 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds. It's a little early still for me. Minute, 30 seconds, 300 degrees, and I'm going to use probably about a 5 or a 6 pressure on this. If you're using a Hottronics press, probably about a 6 or a 7 is what you're going to want. So I'm going to swing my press over here. I'm going to lay my shirt here on the press. Again. Let me grab my design here. And what I'm going to do is I printed my design out. So I'm just going to take the design with the printed side and I'm going to lay it flat on my shirt here. Now, depending on the fabric that you're pressing on, you might want to do this for 10 seconds. You might want to do it for 20 seconds. Cotton, I have found that some of the best settings for the cotton is to do it at 20 seconds and a heavy pressure. If you're doing polyester, you might want to bring that time down a little bit. Different fabrics are going to require different times. So again, we have a support staff here that when you need help pretty much any time during the day, help us out. We support East Coast all the way to West Coast. So we can do that for you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press this down 20 seconds and I'm going to do what's called a warm peel on this. Okay. A warm peel basically means that it's not cold, but it's not hot either. It's just kind of a sweet spot that you'll find. Once my time is up, I'm going to lift this press up, pick my shirt up, wave it like twice, let it down, give it a quick release stretch, and then peel it. Stop. 1, 2, down, quick release, and then, now if I can get a hold of it, peel my paper down, just like so.
It's fast,
now,
that was easy.
Yeah, now the goal of this is to have no toner on your paper. Okay, if you experience that you may have some toner on your paper, it's possible maybe it took a little longer than it should have to get your press down, but that all comes with practice. The nice thing is when you do purchase a white toner printer, such as the Crio from the TheMagicTouch, we actually send you out boxes of sample paper. It's a sample paper pack. So you're able to practice a little bit and kind of get all that learning curve. But again, here at TheMagicTouch, support is key. We want you to be able to work with confidence, feel with confidence, and decorate with confidence, and we're here to help you through that.
Hey, Chuck, normally my previous experience on the one-step papers, they don't, the colors are not very vibrant. And I'm far from you looking on a camera. Those look really, really good. And I'm going to be very biased with that. This is one of my go-to papers because the vibrancy on the prints are amazing.
I mean, the printer itself is very vibrant prints, and that's something else about the TheMagicTouch papers. They don't mute your prints at all when you press it. It mixes colors very well, and it's just a great vibrant printer. I mean, these printers have been around for a very long time. All right, so what I want to show you is after you do your peel, sometimes you might notice some shininess. Now, what happens with that is that's because your toner is sitting on top of your shirt right now, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to give this a second rest with a sheet of paper that we call T-seal. And your T-seal, basically what that does is it takes that toner and it locks it into the fabric of your shirt. But when you get your T-seal, one side is going to have a little bit of a rubbery side, and the other side is going to feel like smooth paper. You put the rubbery side down on the top of your design, press it for about 10 to 20 seconds as well. Again, the nice thing is you don't need to change anything on your press while you're doing this. So the ease of use and the workflow is really, really great. Once this is done, I'm going to lift this up, and this is what they call a hot peel. I can just go ahead and peel this right off of here. And then what you notice after that is if you look, you guys should see that shininess has gone away, but also inside the fabric of the shirt, you can see the toner there.
You can eat that. It's that good.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's really great. You don't really hear it. You don't feel it. It doesn't feel papery or anything like that. And, while I'm doing Joseph Eric, you'll notice that, when you stretch it, let me bring it back over here. No cracks in it or anything like that.
Yeah, that's
right. Rebounds perfectly. So that's our T1 one-step paper. It's a great paper for when you're doing light colored shirts, even construction colored shirts. I've seen people use it for that as well. Any other questions about the T1 paper? I mean, please feel free to ask those. And Patrick, do we have any questions at all yet?
Yeah, we had Shelley asking an interesting question on the CPM paper, which basically was asking if we could do press on powder coated tumblers. Now, my experience is I would always try something before I say no. I believe that we can possibly get it on there. If it doesn't stick on the substrate how it should, just use some acetone and clear it off, so you're not wasting that actual object.
Yeah, what I tell our customers is we always have a paper that's going to decorate what you're trying to decorate. If you're using one particular paper on something and it's not working, give us a call, reach out, and we can consult with you and tell you what paper might work. As far as it being able to press on powder coated, I believe that if it's already been unsealed and everything, that you should be fine. But just in case, I would try it out first. So you know what paper to use.
Cool. What do we got next there?
So we're sticking with the T1. We have this really awesome product. It's called T-foil. Okay. Some of you, want something that's bright and shiny, or maybe kind of looks a little bit like vinyl, but you don't want to do bleeding and things like that. So our T-foil paper works really great. We've got about 15 different colors of this. And what it does is it just kind of sets your design apart from what other people are doing. Not everybody is doing bright, shiny stuff. This is very popular among young people. So it's something that's definitely useful to keep in your arsenal. And again, when you purchase a printer through the TheMagicTouch, we send you a roll of this at no cost. So what we do for the foil, it's actually really simple. Okay, you use your RIP software. And again, I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier or not, but we do support 2 different RIP softwares that are made specifically for your white toner printer.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
When you're doing the T-foil, typically you're not going to want to use T1 on black or dark. But if you're doing some foil to kind of make that shirt pop a little bit, then T1 works great for that. You print your design in all black. Show it to you here. Print your design in all black, nothing special. The nice thing is that the T-foil and the T1 will work with your regular laser printer if you have that as well. All right, so we're going to put the shirt on the press here. Let's go to our press cam. All right, I'm going to take my T1. I'm going to set it on top of the shirt. Swing it over. And I'm going to give it, again, about a 10 to 20 second press, depending on the fabric that you're working with. Again, this is going to be
super fast.
I'm sorry?
That's super fast.
Yeah. Again, I'm going to do a warm peel like I did earlier. How to pull this up. Swing it around. One, two, it's down. Quick stretch. And we'll do this right off.
Look at that.
Again, the goal is to not have anything left on your TC, on your transfer. Now, normally in this situation, what we would do is we would go ahead and put our T-seal on here, right? But we're going to do the foil step instead. And all we do on this is we get our foil. Just make sure it's wide enough to fit on your design. Then we're going to cut it. No special.
Is that silver?
This is silver, yes.
Okay. I'm
We carry-
guessing on the website there'll be a ton of different colors. I know there's gold and rainbow. So yeah, this is a great idea to do.
Yeah, we carry gold, we carry glitter. So it works out quite well.
So while you're talking about that, things to remember, it was self-weeding the paper, which you mentioned earlier. This is kind of dipping into that vinyl market, which is a pain to actually weed sensitive products with a lot of design in it. This is also real cheap. So time versus cost, it's a winner.
Yeah, now, I mean, it is inexpensive. I will say, you know, it is a great alternative to vinyl, but vinyl does still have its place in the market. You know, I mean, everything, it's kind of nice because all these tools, they have their spot in your workflow with what you do. Even screen printers. Screen printers, you know, they don't necessarily want to set up for, you know, a full color design and charge your customer a lot of money. So your white toner printer is really great for that. Again, for those short, medium run solutions.
So why don't we go ahead and press that so it can cool out?
Yeah, we're going to press it now. And again, this is going to be right about that 20-second mark as well. And again, the nice thing is about my Crio One press is I don't have to change settings or anything like that because I have multiple options here. All right, lift this up, swing it around. And this is going to cool a little bit. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to set it over here on top of my Crio printer. And I'm going to let that cool. So while that cools, we're going to go ahead. I mean, we're going to move on to another paper. Is the pace okay for you guys? Patrick, can you give me some feedback that people think the pace is all right?
Yeah, we've got a few questions coming out here. I think let's start you off in the new product, and then we can talk about, because one of the questions is going to relate to one of the products you're going to do next.
Okay. Anything I can answer now, or do we want to wait?
Yeah, it's just what are we going to use for koozies?
Yeah.
Can you T-foil on other MagicTouch transfer papers such as CPM? So and then we have your OBM 5.4 single step paper. How do you print typeset if you have to remove the backing? So I think let's bank that question for now. We can unpack the koozies and we can talk about the foil on the CPM while things are cooling down.
I will answer the koozie question real quick. So we have our garment decorating papers you could use on the koozies. We have had people use the wild paper, use the, some people have another paper called WTT, which is a film that you would print on for that. T1 is a great paper for your koozies as well.
Yeah, if it's a light color koozie, then you can use T1. Right. If it's black or dark, then I would go with a WTT, right?
Right, WTT or WOW, which is what I'm getting ready to go on to.
The WOW. That was what I was going to say. We're doing that next, and we could have thrown that in there.
Yeah. So just a little bit of education for you guys, because that's kind of what you come here for. Anytime that anyone is decorating on a dark garment, you're not going to find any one-step processes out there to decorate on a dark garment. Even when you look at DTF, DTF, it still has to go through a dryer, still has to get adhesive on it. So it's still kind of that two-step process. But when you're working with wallpaper, coming with two sheets, you have a white sheet that's going to have some magenta writing on the back. I'm not sure if we'll be able to see that or not. And then you're going to have a yellow transfer sheet, which is going to be more kind of a cream color. It's going to have yellow writing on the back of it. What I'm doing right now is I'm doing what's called the Mary step, or our step one. For the wallpaper, we're going to use our wild pad tool. It's a spongy pad that comes with your printer when you order it through TheMagicTouch. I'm going to take this, I'm going to lay it down right here on top. I'm going to take my yellow sheet here. Let's switch over here. I'm going to lay my yellow sheet down on here, and I'm going to keep the cream side up. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my printed sheet. I'm going to flip it right side down, and I'm going to center it here on my yellow sheet. Now, something I like to do, kind of a pro tip here, is because this is a hot peel, I want to be able to grab onto this as soon as possible. So I'm going to just dog ear this right here, and then I'm going to take a piece of parchment. This actually comes in your wow pad, your wow package. Swing my press over. This time, I'm going to use setting 1 on my Crio 1 press for 90 seconds. Press it down, and it's going to run for 90 seconds. Again, this is 90 seconds, 300 degrees, heavy pressure. If you're using a different press, you might want to, the Crio 1 press, the Insta256, and the Hottronics Fusion IQ are the top 3 presses we recommend for your white toner printer. If you're using a different press, that's not to say you can't get it done, because we can always make adjustments and things like that. You just may need to adjust some temperatures. But again, any issues, call us.
Hey, while you're waiting for that to peel, the other question on the CPM, can you do T-foil on other MagicTouch transfer papers such as CPM?
So when you're doing the foil, we pretty much recommend that you stay with either WTT, T1, or the wallpaper. It works best with the T1, and the reason is that the black is a little thicker on those papers, and you need that black in order to get that foil to release right.
That was a great question, Francesca. I mean, it would be amazing if it could, but unfortunately not.
So, got about 15 seconds left here. So again, with the paper options that we have, we've got a paper to meet all of your decorating needs. All right, I said this is a hot peel, so I'm going to lift this up. I'm going to swing it around a little bit. I'm going to try and keep my parchment on here. I'm going to grab it at the corner. I'm going to keep it up just a little bit. I'm going to start peeling right away. And you notice when you peel this hot like this, it peels just like butter with no issues.
That's good peel.
So again, you're going to want to see that we don't have anything at all left here on the paper. That's our goal.
Kind of will see the design pull the glue off, right?
See. Okay. So the camera might focus there for a second. All right. Once we're done, we can go ahead and take our wow pad and we can just kind of set it aside. You can use your wow pad over and over and over and over again. So it has a very long usage to it. What I'd like to do next is I'm going to go ahead and take my sheet here, and right here along the edge, I'm just going to kind of cut around it. This helps to make sure that I get a nice clean peel when I'm done. All right, once this is done, we're actually ready to go ahead and press it to the garment. I'm going to take my shirt here. One thing about webinars, when you're working, things kind of go all over the place. Put a shirt on there. All right, this time you're going to notice I'm going to press this to the shirt with the yellow letters facing up so I can see them. We'll swing this around. Now, here is another great thing about this particular paper. A lot of papers, when you do your press to the shirt, you have to do a little bit longer, sometimes up to 30 seconds. With the wallpaper, it's literally just a 10-second press.
Wait. Yep.
Ten seconds is up. I lift this up, swing it around. And much like our foil over here, this is going to be a cold peel. So I'm going to set this right here. And then as that cools off, we're going to just take a look at something else that we have here. I'm going to break away from the garments for a minute. And I just want to talk a little bit more about the paper types that we have. Our CPM that we did earlier, ceramics, plastics, and metals. Let me come up here to the press. This is nice and cool. Okay. Sometimes there's some products that you can peel that may be a little warm or whatever. But what I found is it's okay to let this cool a little bit. And then when you peel it, just take it, peel it right off of here.
Huge.
Take loosened up here. Thanks. And then as I peel it, you're gonna notice it peels right off there and helps if I put it on proper. And then you'll also notice that that color is nice and vibrant there. And there's no need to finish this either. This is pretty much good just like this. My design and my sheet has nothing on the sheet. So that's always the goal when you're working with these the transfers, regardless of which one it is. When you do a peel, you always want a nice clean.
I mean, that was simple. That peeled off real good. Quality looks great. Good job there. And remembering what you said earlier, you don't have to buy a pre-treated product, which costs a lot more. You can go anywhere, dollar store, whatever, and purchase them.
You do not need sublimation coating for the CPN paper. Just anything that, again, like Patrick said, you get a dollar store, Walmart, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, even some tools and things like that. Remember, CPN stands for ceramics, plastics, and metals. Okay, now that we got that done, our foil over here has now had time to cool off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it on here. And all this is, again, is just a quick peel, just like that. What you'll notice is that foil stuck only to where the black toner was. And you look at it here, you can see it's got a nice shiny look to it. And what we're going to do though, is anytime we decorate a garment, we're going to take our T-seal and we're going to put our T-seal right on top of that. And Patrick, quick quiz for those that are watching, how long are we pressing for our T-seal?
What's your question?
How long are we pressing our T-seal for? You kind of went over earlier.
Are you checking with me, or you want the users to answer that?
I'm checking with our wonderful attendees down there. Let's see
that they're all
listening. Okay, so when we do
I have
this,
30 seconds that came up here by Chris.
30, okay, you can't do 30. 20 to 30 is a good number right there. So I'm going to go ahead and press this for 20 seconds.
Temperature, same pressure.
Same temperature, same pressure. That's the other nice thing about the MagicTouch papers is a lot of our papers that people are going to use mostly stay around the same temperature between 285 to what? We got a couple papers that are higher up there, but usually between 285 and 300 is a really great step for that. The time is up, swing it around, and again, it's the hot peel, so I'll peel it right off. And now what you notice is you've got the shirt. It's just got a great look.
Your view there for us. There we go. That looks real good. That looks great.
You got a really great shirt. It's got a nice finish to it. And that's a nice thing also. Like all you feel and hear from my hand, if you can hear that, that's just the shirt. That's not the product or anything like that.
Okay. Something that I want to remind you, like with the T-seal, I also, with new users or established users, anything between 10, 20 or 30. Also remembering if you've got a polyester product or a blend, which mixed cotton, polyester, I would press it at a lower temperature sometimes and also less time, because otherwise you could get a dye migration coming back into the design if you're leaving it too hot under there. But that's just a little more technical.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, any fabric that you press against, one of the questions I get asked a lot is, hey, can I press this against polyester? The answer is yes. Hey, can I press this against nylon? The answer is yes. Sometimes we have to make some adjustments, but again, there really isn't anything you can't press against that we don't have a paper for. Some people know if they can, press against plastic mugs and things like that, like just like the squeeze bottles. I mean, obviously, you want to use a different decorating option than that because of the heat. So, we carry water slide paper, such as our DCT paper, which is decal transfers. We carry tattoo paper, which we're going to go over here in just a minute. We have one of our customers down in Texas who uses a tattoo paper to decorate some thermoses, and they look fantastic. She coats them with epoxy, and she sells out of them all the time. So, I mean, we can always meet your decorating needs.
So I had another great question here. Is there
Yeah.
any cleanup involved with pressing the foil? And I've answered them like, no, because it's a self-weeding product, it's going to stay on the toner section, which was previously there, which you already mentioned. So that makes it easy.
Right. Yeah, there's no cleanup that you have to do with any of the papers after you press them. Just since this is an educational seminar, I do want to jump real quick. Artwork is extremely important. So a lot of times when people see bad prints or bad presses or something like that, always check your artwork. I would say probably about 90% of the issues that I get, which aren't a lot, but 90% of the issues that I get usually comes down to results in bad artwork. Again, we will support you on that. We'll, tell you what you need, tell you how to get it a little bit better, things along those lines. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take our wallpaper that we pressed earlier. This is nice and cool now. So what I'm going to do is set it back here on the press. And this paper is going to take it full. I'm just going to peel it right off of there.
Wow, that's why they say wow. Wow.
Yep, that's why we call it the wallpaper. So you'll see nothing like Punky transfer, which is always our goal. Now the wallpaper, again, has a very nice, soft hand to it. And you'll see that the colors here are really popping against this black. You got the white backing on it. There's a white mask that goes on this, which just really makes your colors pop really nice. Again, being a garment, we want to get the longest that we can. So we're going to use our T-seal, which it just as a reminder to everybody, if you didn't already know, our T-seal is a proprietary product. We come up with it at the TheMagicTouch, our parent company, came up with it, developed it, and even other distributors, they buy their T-seal from us. So it's a great paper. It's really, again, our papers are pretty industry leading here in the country. All right, so the sections is up, swing it around them, and we're just going to go ahead and peel this out, set to the side. And what you'll notice now is that we do have those bright, vibrant colors here. And we've got a very nice, soft hand to the garment as well. It doesn't feel heavy when people are wearing it, and it just makes for a more comfortable design for everyone. All right, so that right there, again, I wanted to kind of show you guys the stickers. We have sticker paper.
Let's recap real quick. So we've now done 3 products. We've done the mug with CPM. We've done the one-step paper, which we did on a light garment. We did it on the black garment, then we added the foil, and then we've done the wow paper.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Right. So something I do want to show you, again, when we talk about the different papers that we have, stickers are a huge deal for high schools, organizations, things like that. We have a couple different papers in here, sticker papers that come in different sizes. We have we have our clear paper, we have a white paper, we have matte paper, we have gloss paper, all of which are great. They also do great for like laptop covers. People want to put something on the back of their laptop. Stickers for homecoming, school spirit week, things along those lines. They're huge, huge, huge money makers. Your cost on the sheet, you're going to come close to, I would say, if you pay, and I'm support side of sales exactly, but say you pay $3 for a sheet of sticker paper, you can easily make $30 to $35 per sheet on that, depending on the amount of stickers that you put on there. The nice thing is the sticker paper in our software is compatible with some of the industry-leading cutting software. So if you're using a Silhouette, a Caesar, a Cricut, or a Graphtec, or something like that, then our sticker paper works great to give you those die cut options as well. Okay, so now I want to show you something kind of fun. I think we're going to round this out with that. That is our tattoo paper. Tattoos are also a big thing that are money makers for people. Again, you might pay, I don't know, $4 for a sheet of tattoos, but for a sticker this size, or a tattoo this size, you can easily get $1, $1.54, which turns your profit in about $30 to $35 per sheet, not per box. That's per sheet. So they're huge money makers. So the way you do your tattoos, you print them using your Crio printer. You're going to print them using your Crio white toner printer on our tattoo paper, and then there's an adhesive sheet that you lay just right on the top of that. So the way they work though is you take the adhesive sheet and you just peel it right off. Set it to the side. And then you take your tattoo, put it anywhere in your arm or face if you're into that, you know. It's a great thing for little kids also. Preschools, little kids who love tattoos.
Hey, are you flexing there?
Am I flexing?
You've been working out, buddy.
So once the tattoo is on your arm, you're going to dab just a little bit of water on it. And that water is going to release this back.
Okay.
It works just like most other temporary tattoos. And you're going to get about a 5 to 7 day usage on this. So if you need to get up earlier, it can be removed with a little bit of baby oil. And that way you'll be able to get the tattoo off if you got like a black tie event coming up or something. Once that's done,
know what's going to happen. Okay,
Yeah.
you carry on there.
You can literally just go ahead and slide this sheet off, and you'll see the tattoos there.
Come across a bit. There we go.
There we go. Yeah. Now, notice that there's white in this tattoo. A lot of your temporary tattoos out there are not going to get white. And so why is that a big deal? Because that's one of the things that sets you apart from your other customers. If you have a school that you're dealing with who use white in their logos, which a lot of times you do, then your white toner printer is going to be able to meet that need to match school colors, and you actually have white where it goes instead of having just like your skin tone there. So great money makers on the tattoos. Just some other papers that we have I want to go over real quick. We have RST. RST stands for rough surface transfer. Actually, so if you have wood, let me use the other camera. It's so dark there.
That's, yeah.
You can use wood, cork, leather, but you'll see even against this dark cedar plank right here, we've got the RST that's still giving you those very bright, vibrant colors. And
It also looks like it's in the grain, to be honest. So that looks like a good product.
Does, and one of the reasons that it does that is the process that we're using to apply that to the board. There's actually a sponge that comes with the RHC paper, and when you're pressing, that sponge gives leeway for the paper to get into the grooves of your design. So it helps it keep that normal, natural look, and it doesn't look like it's been pressed on there. It actually looks like it's maybe been painted or part of the actual item itself. So we have that. Someone did mention OBM earlier. OBM is a fantastic paper. It is a kind of print, peel, and press. It's kind of a little bit reverse, right? So when you're using OBM, you print it, cut it out, peel it, place it where you need it to go, and then you put your parchment sheet over it, and you're going to press the OBM. OBM opaque black mask is it's a really great paper. Works fantastic for the larger blocky images. Say you're in a photograph, or maybe you have a high school reunion or a family reunion coming up, and you're going to use a photograph of the family or something like that. OBM is a fantastic paper for that. I would be remiss if I didn't mention another paper that I absolutely love, and that is TTC, textile transfer. Basically, I find it works great on light colors, things along those lines. It's fantastic paper. There's very little to no hand after pressing it. I love that paper. So I just for my personal reasons, I have to mention that paper. Trying to think what else we have. That I can mention. Patrick, are there any questions right now?
There's no others at the moment. You've answered the OBM, so that worked out. Let's just see there were no that came through there. No, we're good on all that.
All right.
I think me personally, if you want to mention like you have, I love the tattoo product.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to start a business now, I would get my white toner product from Crio. I would make tattoos and I would sell them to my schools, universities, and that serious profit, and you ain't printing much. And then the T1 product, selling a entry-level shirt, a black t-shirt, you can sell at a higher price, but I mean, you can then get a white t-shirt, sell a good quality, colorful print. It's real cheap. So you can maximize profit there.
Yeah. The whole thing that I would like people to keep in mind and consider is that your white toner printer is not just for garments. So when you think white toner printer, a lot of times the mindset goes to, well, I can do t-shirts. That's awesome. You know, but what a lot of people don't see or don't understand is that it's not just limited to garments, t-shirts. Like I mentioned earlier, we have the tattoos, we have the stickers, we have the CPM paper. This is really big because if you can do cups and mugs in that for your customers that maybe doing t-shirts, then it's just another way to penetrate those accounts and just to, like you said, Patrick, just make more profit out of your investment. Short and medium line solutions. If you're running a soap screen shop, you're running a shop that you can't just, you have to turn away 10 to 15 shirts because you don't want to charge $40 a shirt, right? Your white toner printer works great in that because someone walks in and say, I need 10 shirts by this afternoon. You can have it done. It's not a problem at all. Somebody, you don't come back and see me in iron and you have their shirts ready for you. It's money that you get to keep and money that you don't have to see walking out the door to someone else. The stickers, that's a big deal. Marketing for some of your other customers. It prints the labels. If you want to do, you have a customer that needs labels. We've had guys before that they need 1,000 labels, right? Well, print them on your white toner printer, cut them out with your cutter, and then sell them to them. Good profits, and it's not garment related. Things like that. I mean, they really work well. We have a couple of new products that we're introducing also. We have window clings that we're introducing. And then we also are introducing, I believe it's floor stickers. And I could be corrected on that if I'm wrong. But we're always developing new ways to help you guys meet your needs. Calling our sales staff will get you the consulting that you need. Calling me in here support will get you the consulting that you need, because that's really what we're here for. If you're getting started in a business and you want information on what kind of offer, give us a call and we're going to show you how to maximize those profits using your white toner printer, your Crio One press, your Institute at the 6, or your cutter you may have.
Sure.
Hey, I had one more product that I thought of, decorating a candle. That is a great profitable product. Funerals, weddings, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
One sheet of paper, slides on, you're good.
Yeah, so as far as candles go, we have a couple options for that. The DCT, which I talked about earlier, you can use that for your candles. Some people use the COE Clear, which is our clear matte sticker paper. And the way that can be done is you just get the image from your customer, you load it into the provided software, and then you print it out, and then you can, again, cut it on your cutter, and it makes it look like a die cut, and then you just stick it to either, again, your candle, your picture frame, or something along those lines.
And I have one question that came through here from Shelly. Which paper would be the best for waffle weave fabric? And then I would go with the WOW or the WTT, excuse me. If it's a light color fabric, even the T1. So depending on the color of the fabric, 3 options.
There's something to keep in mind there also. Shelly, that's a great question. Something to keep in mind there. I'm with Patrick. I would probably use the either the WTT or the WOW paper, but be aware of the stretch on the waffle shirt. If it's a really, really loose stretch on it where it's got a lot of holes in it, then that might be something we can talk about one-on-one, what might be the best option for that. But again, probably the WOW or the WTT on that. T1 would be great for light colors as well. Anything else?
No, that looks about it. I mean, you've been great. If our users are content with what we've done and everything like that, we could release everybody.
Well, if you guys do have any questions, I want to leave you with this real quick. Come over to our website, TheMagicTouchUSA.com. The USA part's very important. I think we've got 65 distributors across the world. So make sure you go to TheMagicTouchUSA.com. And then you can sign for an account there, look at our products there. If you have any questions about those products, give me a call. we can also send an email to, and Patrick, if you wouldn't mind typing this into the comments, you can send an email to support at themagictouchusa.com, or you can email me directly at chill@themagictouchusa.com. It's chill@themagictouchusa.com. I know I love my name. That's just kind of the way it worked out, but kind of a cool email.
Yeah, not bad at all. And then lastly, you're also, if you have a Crio printer and you still don't know how to use it, you forgot to register it, get that done. You can reach out to Crio. I'm going to put their website or their email address on there. And if you need training.
So that's a great point, Patrick. Also, if you are already a customer and you need to schedule training with me, just go to themagictouchtraining.com and you'll be able to schedule some time with me there. Also, if you have any questions, you can do the same thing. It's just themagictouchtraining.com and we can get you scheduled up and we'll have a chat about what best suits your needs. We don't want to sell you everything that we have. We want to sell you and we want you to buy what best suits your needs. Then, yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it. And you guys don't have any other questions. Again, I'm going to thank you guys for joining us this morning. I love doing things like this. I love educating people, training people. I love my job, which is one of the reasons I'm with the Magic Touch. It's just a big push on support and training, so you guys can, spend time making money, and just, profiting off of your products. So, Patrick, if there's nothing else, I think that may be it.
Good.
So, all right.
I believe this will be available online.
Yep, I think so. So thank you guys again for joining this morning. I hope you had a good time. I hope you feel like you've learned something. And again, any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me directly.
Have a good day.
Thanks, guys.
Go.